Hello, and today I'm going to be making a small bowl. I'm going to make it quite thick, then I'm going to cut slots and grooves into it, probably like lightning, that sort of effect. And I'm going to use some epoxy and some pigment, fill it all in and then put it back in the lathe and return it and finish it. I've seen it done on YouTube, so it'll be quite interesting to see how it turns out when I have a go for the first time. So, thanks for watching, and let's get on with it in a minute. And there we go. That worked an absolute treat. A little bit of tidying up around them rough edges, but to be fair, it's only the inside bit you'll see, because all that will get turned away when I do the final turning. But I am really happy with that. That's turned out better than I thought it would. Right, now to mask it all up and have a go at doing some epoxy, which I've never done before. Okay, there we go. First time with epoxy. A little bit messy, but to be fair, it was alright. I've all got it in there now, but as you can see, it just sinks a little bit. So there's a few, I think there's a few little voids. I don't know if you can see or not, but that there is the bottom of one of the cuts, and it doesn't look like it's got any epoxy in it, so I don't think the epoxy has run all the way down to the bottom. And as you can see, it's still sinking a little bit, just one or two, and I keep filling it up and filling it up, but the epoxy's starting to go off now. So, but we'll leave it and we'll see what happens. I guess I can always come back and put a bit more epoxy in to fill in the gaps. I'm sure most people do that on YouTube. They just cut that bit out so we don't see it. Right, we'll leave it there until it dries and we'll take the tape off and see what we got. Okay, it's had 2 days to dry now, as you can see there. And my problem is, I don't know if you can hear that, it's still tacky. It's really hard. I mean, if I use a knife on it, see, it's brittle, but it's still tacky to the touch. So I'm not sure if that's just the surface or whether it's because of the epoxy I put in the glue, not the epoxy, the pigment that I put in the glue, or whether it's just that this really isn't the right product for what I'm trying to do with it. You know, I'm not really sure, but I'm going to turn it. I'm going to put it in the back in the lathe and see how we get on. Wear my full face mask just to be sure. We'll give it a go. We've come this far. Let's see what happens. Okay, so here it is, the finished bowl. It actually turned out really, really well. I'm quite chuffed with my first attempt at epoxy. But as you can see there, I mean, look at that through there. It's worked really, really well. It's not a gloss shine finish on the epoxy, but it is bright. It's worked really, really well. So I'm quite chuffed with it. I know it's a strange shaped little bowl, but this really was an experiment to see if I can use epoxy, how I get on with it, how I get on with pigments. And overall, I'm happy with this. It's another one to try with future projects, knowing that I can do it. So thank you for watching.